Hello, friends. Welcome back to Stan's Cutlery Universe, and I'm your host, Stan. And I wasn't planning on doing a live today. I was going to do a Modern Monday Madness, and then I thought, you know what? I got a bunch of Kershaws I got ready to put away. Here's the list of them, and I do those lists because I put them in plastic bags after they've been oiled up, and I've had them on here. I've already ran them through the ultrasonic, and then oiled them up, and that's why they're on here is after they set in the what am I trying to say, the mineral oil. I left them on here to dry out to where I could actually put them away. Hopefully I got the right size bags. I think I did. These are 6 mil bags so that they're a little heavier, so it easier to store. They don't break through, they don't puncture as easily. I knew there was a big word I was looking for, I just couldn't find it. Yeah. Well, you guys wouldn't expect anything less from me. The first one up is this one right here. I've already messed with it upstairs some. This is the Kershaw 707 CF. So it's a 707 CF. So what I do is I just try to get a last little bit of oil out of it, you know. Then I find that one on my list, which of course the list does have some oil on it because it just happens, you know. Get my skizzers out, and I will get that off from there so I can put it away in a bag. And I don't expect to have too many people here in the live. This is another one of those that I had to do this, and I was like, what should I do for my live? What should I do for, not my live, but for my Modern Monday Madness? And I'm like, wait a minute, I got a perfect one built in right here, you know. So it's like I just decided to just share this. You know, if I am blessed and I get a few folks in here, then bonus. If not, doesn't hurt my feelings either, because you can all watch it on the rerun or rewind or flip side. I don't know what it's called, something. So I take them, put them in the actually I usually like try to go pivot point down. Then I put the tag in it, and then this one is now ready for long-term storage. Thank you, Stan. Thank you for pointing out to me. No problem. Sorry, just talking to myself. Oh, let's see. What's this one here? This one here is the 1336. And I think I've showed all these before, but like I said, it's just work I had to get done. You know, having a knife collection is fun. It's an absolute blast. I'm so glad I have a nice knife collection. But when like this here, where I bought a big lot, it becomes a lot to do. Jeff, how the heck you doing, man? Thanks for joining in. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. You have no idea. I didn't think I was going to get anybody, just being honest, because time of the day, and this was unannounced. You know, so thank you, Jeff, for popping in here. Yeah, this one's almost too big for this bag. I got to really angle it just right. But that's, you know, that's for long-term storage now. They've been oiled. Everything's good to go. They've been cleaned. And they can just set in there. And when I want them, I can grab them. I'm trying to decide what type of box I want to put them in, because I'd like to have a box that's just Kershaw. I am really thinking, because I'm still a big baseball card collector. I was really thinking of maybe some of those storage boxes for like baseball cards might be good for them, but I'll have to mess with them. Yeah, you have no idea though, Jeff. I do appreciate you, man, showing up. That's so cool. This is the 1160 tan. You know, there's nothing new or super exciting here. These are just knives that I got in a big lot, and I think I might even showed you guys when I was getting ready to get them cleaned up. I might even talked about them a little bit. I can't remember. That's a sticker, not sticker, but label goes in there. And so yeah, that's a. How are you doing today, Jeff? Man, I hope you're doing good. I really do. I hope you are doing just fantastic. You know, life is just too short to not have a decent day. You know, we all have our problems and our stuff going on, but man, you know, when you look at the big picture, got to wake up this morning, that's a good thing. This thing here is just a cute little thing. What number is this? This is the 363. It's either 3600 or 3800. I'll see what I put. Oh, it's a 3890. No, that's not it. Okay, I got. Hang on, I gotta see which one this is because I do not have 3 of these. It's a 3800. Do I got a sticker? Yes, I do. I have it way up there. Had to find it on my sheet here. That's called the Shuffle. The Kershaw Shuffle. That's kind of interesting. I love some of their names. Some of their names are just like so just basic and just, you know, kind of fun. And I'm sure there's a reason behind them why they get named certain things, you know, but I don't know. It's just fun to hang out and putz around with them and put them away. And this is another chance that I get to touch my collection, you know. I mean, I spent good money on these, even though I did get a smoking deal when I bought them. But I'll tell you, one of my fears is, guys, I bought them from a reputable source. Okay, I bought them from a very reputable source. But man, Kershaw is so counterfeited. I'm really worried that some of these might be counterfeits. You know what I'm saying? This is a big boy here, and I don't know well enough how to tell on Kershaw. So one of these days I'm going to have to break them all out, and I'm going to have to go online and do some research. Oh, man, best of luck with that, Jeff. Best of luck, man. I'm glad you're feeling good, though, overall. That's awesome. That is awesome. That's like me. Overall, I feel good. You know, man, my eyeballs suck. I just cannot read that. 3890. 3890. Okay, this is a scrambler because I do have 3 of them. This is the 3890, just plain. Okay. This one, that explains where stuff was. Oh, goodness. Again, it's one of those days where I swear if I had a brain, I'd take it out, play with it, probably misplace it again. And, you know, brains are getting expensive to replace. I tell you, it's like, it's just a lot of money. LOL. Thanks, Jeff. For those of you that, because I know not a ton of people are in here right now, but for those of you that made it to the Old Goat show, that was pretty fun with JC and Sam there, Boomer's Blades. You know, good folks. That's actually the first time I actually got to talk to Sam, you know, in a where like we could interact directly. It wasn't like on texting or what's words I'm looking for, like what we're doing right now, going back and forth on a chat. This is another 3900. This is a BW. Okay, I'm feeling better now. Yeah, look at this thing. These things are beasts. These are called the scramblers. So that was really fun getting to kind of know, you know, another person in the community that, you know, I know who he was, but I didn't know him, you know, if that makes sense. I'm just saying, you know, a lot, ain't I? You know? Oh, there are times I seriously wonder about myself, guys and gals. You missed a show. That's okay, Jeff. It's over on JC's channel if you want to watch. We had a good time, man. It started out normal for them. Had problems. Had technical difficulties. But it was okay. It was a ton of fun. I just loved it. It was a blast. This is another shuffle. The big boy. It was a blast. It was a good time. It was fun hanging out with them. Fun to get to know Sam a little bit more, you know. And we actually had really good turnout considering all the technical difficulties we had. First, we started off on the wrong channel, so like nobody was there. Then poor Sam was having problems getting it to come back up on the right channel, so JC took over, and it's supposed to be on, you know, Sam's channel. It was fun. Oh, what's this? This is a 3650. It was fun. It was this yeah, these are called Volt 2s. I have 3 of these also. I might have to do a giveaway for some of these, but man, I got to find out if they're real or not. I don't want to give away a knife that's a counterfeit, you know, because that's just not the type of person I am. Yeah, it does happen, Jeff. Exactly, you know. And I was just sitting there the whole time just trying to chill. You know, I think they might have thought I was a little ticked off. I was just trying to chill, you know, because I haven't gone live where I had invited other people in to the live. in so long, I didn't want to say too much about it, because I thought I knew it, but man, I realized that the StreamYard app has changed a little bit. And I was like, do I say anything? Or I'm like, no, because, I think these apps do that intentionally too. They do that just so people like myself that know just enough to be dangerous and finally get comfortable on it, they change it so that we're not comfortable. But yeah, I'm going to have to see if I can figure out if these are real or not, and for sure that these aren't counterfeits. Like I said, I got them from a good source. I really did. I'd be shocked if they knowingly sold, counterfeits. But sometimes, it's like anything. Sometimes stuff slips through. JC talked about he bought a silver coin and he went to sell it, and he had bought it like 6 months earlier. He went to sell it, because it more than doubled, and they took the XRF machine at a jewelry store, and it didn't have any silver in it at all. Well, thank goodness the guy he bought it from, he took the report over there to him, and the guy remembered him and everything, and bought it back from him. Felt really bad. So stuff does slip through sometimes, unfortunately. You do your best to make sure stuff is real, but I tell you, they've gotten so good at counterfeiting so many things. It's just like, even in the coin side, numismatics, they have gotten to where they are counterfeiting the PCGS and NGC holders, where it says, and they are doing such a good job that it's difficult for, I've been told it's difficult for the grading companies to tell they're fake. The way they can tell, they got a way they can tell them fake, and they're not putting it out, because they feel that it would make it easier for the counterfeiters to figure out and then fix that. So, this is a 1987, which is called the Tactical. That is a sharp looking knife. Get it? Sharp. But no, I like it. It's pretty cool. So yeah, they're getting so good at counterfeiting everything. And I don't mind buying a clone when they don't put, the name of the knife company or anything like that on there. They're just saying, hey, we think this is a great design and we're going to copy it. I don't have a problem with that, because they're not saying that, hey, this is a Kershaw, they're not saying anything like that, or they're not trying to say that this is a, whatever knife, it's just a Spyderco, a Benchmade or something, they're just putting them out there. Yeah, thieves are bad, Jeff. Definitely, man. What I should do is I should see, you know what, Jeff? If you want a couple of these, my email, man. Reach out to me, or even on chat. I know we got each other's information somewhere. Reach out to me, man. I'll send you one or two of these. They might be counterfeits. I just, that's all I'll say. But you're welcome to them. If you want a couple of them, man, just let me know. The ones that I got, like 3 of them, I'll send you a 3 of them, and you can have some fun with them. But I am not putting any assertion to whether or not they are real. This is another Tactical. But yeah, I know Jeff, if he knows heads up that that there's a chance they could be counterfeits, he'll be cool with it and it won't blow up in my face, because that's the last thing I want to do is give somebody a counterfeit knife and or something, and then gets out there all stand as a scammer or something. Because no, I don't want that, because I try to be honest and upfront, and that's as honest and upfront as I can be. There is a chance that some of these could be counterfeits. So yeah, Jeff, if you want a couple of these, brother, reach out to me. I'll get them sent out to you. You can have some fun with them, because even if they're counterfeits, they still work really good. See, Jeff just got the surprise giveaway if he wants them. Sometimes it pays to show up. Sorry, I'm going to start hacking my lungs out if I'm not careful. Which one? Oh, this is one of the Emerson ones. Emerson ones with them. This thing is cool as heck. This is cool as heck. This is just a nice knife here. This is the 630. But yeah, that's life is too short to get upset about stuff and get angry. I still struggle with it. I still struggle with it, though. That is one of my big faults in life, is I struggle with anger issues, man. I can my wife's a saint to put up with me. And I don't mean like I abuse her or anything. I don't do anything like that. But just to deal with, I can just especially if I'm having a bad day, it's my PTSD and stuff, I just can go off. And it's and sometimes she's not like physically, but she's in the verbal fire line, you know, and she didn't do nothing wrong, and I feel horrible with that. And then I calm down, and I feel like a total jackwad, you know. Another Emerson one. That one needs a little bit more playing with the action. What number is this? This is a 6740 BLK. 6740 BLK. So yeah, I just, like I said, I thought I'd just bring you all along. Gives me something to sit here and chat with you all and and get a video out too, you know, and still get my projects done, because this has to get done. Mama wants her pan back, and I'll show you here in a minute what I mean. I might not have showed it yet. I don't recall if I did or not, but I stole one of her baking sheet pans, and I was using it to dry all the knives off on, because is this a good spot that if they leaked out more mineral oil than I thought they was going to, that it would not get all over the table. She wasn't too impressed with my idea, but hey, you know, this one's really cool. I like that Tonto, but I might even carry that today. I don't know. Probably should just put it away. You know, I got enough knives that I'm carrying. This is the 6034T. I think the T stands for Tonto. Really cool. You know, just a neat knife. Man, this one really needs some action work, though. Man, it's just tighter than can be. I don't know. That's another thing that makes me wonder, because usually, man, every Kershaw I've gotten that I know that I bought like at a reputable store or bought from Kershaw, the actions always seem to be really good, even on a non-assisted. And that thing there is just a little too, this is a 3410, I believe. No, this is an 1830. Oh yeah, this is also sweet. Got a couple of these too. These are nice knives. Now these also sweets, I'm 90% sure that these are real, because I had an also sweet that I bought directly from Kershaw, and the markings, everything looks the same on them. So I'm pretty certain the also sweets are real. You know, so that's one I could send to somebody and not feel so like, Jeff, if you want an also sweet, man, let me know, because I could send you one of these, and I know that they, like I said, I'm 90% certain, unless they've gotten really so good at counterfeiting, man, then it's yeah, you know, I don't want to say for certain, you know, but excuse me, man, it's really dusty down here in my hobby room. I got an air purifier going, but man, it just, I haven't been in my hobby room and like where I've done anything really probably a couple of years now. And, man, the dust, this moving stuff, the dust gets so bad. And I have a little bit of a dust and exercise induced asthma. So the other day after my live with JC and Sam there, you know, Boomer, and I went upstairs. I could barely breathe. I was having like an asthma attack. I had to hit my inhaler. So yeah, it's really bad. I mean, it's literally, and I know it's sad that I'm letting this out there. I probably shouldn't tell y'all, because it's like, oh yeah, Stan's a scumbucket. He doesn't clean stuff. But man, this room, I didn't realize how bad it had gotten, man. What do we got? It likes to stick clothes. It also has serrations. Okay. So that might be a normal thing. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. I didn't do any research on it. You know, I was just learning about it. These are the 3410 chills. These here, I got 3 of them too. These are slick knives. These are awesome. I love the way these look. This is this one here. No, this is not assisted. This is just a detent, man, and it flies out like it's assisted though. But yeah, just a slick, beautiful knife, man. And it's just a nice, like, gentleman style carry, you know, just nice and slim. And the only problem I have is, well, I guess you can do right side tip up or tip down. Right now it's set up for tip down. I should set it for tip up, because that's how I like them. But I try not to move them until I'm going to carry them for sure, because I've had problems at different times of stripping the screws out and stuff. And then you just got a mess, and you can't, yeah, I'm playing with that knife now. Oh, that's funny, man. That is funny. Yeah, it's funny how, you know, you start messing with things and you just enjoy them, man. But yeah, Kershaw, I tell you, Kershaw, it has, I don't know, Jeff, if you've seen or anybody other, there's a couple other people in here too, this lurking, which is fine. I don't care. That's great. But Jeff, have you been able to check out any of those new, the Kershaw launches that they got that are American made? Man, I got a couple of those I want to get. I think it's the, Launch 22, another chill. The Launch 22, I think it is. Man, that thing is just slicker than snot. And they made some out the fronts. They've made some, regular out the sides. Well, I shouldn't say regular. I guess out the front's regular too. But man, they are just slicker than snot. Just beautiful knives. Well, this one, there we go. Needs a little bit more work on the pivot, but that was the one I first, there it goes. Yeah, the one I first had must have been the one I was playing with the most, but yeah, Kershaw, I tell you, it's, in my opinion, with Kershaw, they went through kind of a dark time. They got, how do I want to put it? They kind of let like quality go down back probably about 10, 15 years ago. And I wasn't super big into collecting knives at that time. I'm still very much a user, but it was really sad because, man, Kershaw got a bad rap, and now I tell you, they're coming back strong. Not only on their imports, but their American mades are just, they're to die for, in my opinion. They're just awesome knives. It really makes me happy to see that they've turned the ship around, because I was worried. I was wondering if we're going to lose another American knife maker, Oh, I got you, Jeff. No worries, man. Hey, there's nothing wrong with not being a collector. There's sometimes I wonder why I collect so many knives, because even if I loaded myself up, what's the most I'm going to carry? Maybe 10 knives. And then I'm going to have to wear 2 belts so my drawers don't fall down to the floor, but I enjoy, I guess I'm more artistic than I ever thought I was. I was realizing the other day, I was looking at some knives in a book, or one of my magazines I get, and I showed my wife, I'm like, oh my gosh, you cannot tell me that's not art. And she looked, and they're just beautiful, like $3,000 or $4,000 knives that have like super cool looking titanium, and they've done all the weird burns and stuff they can do. And she straight up agreed. She's like, she goes, those are beautiful. Then she goes, well, how much are they? She's like, $400. I go, about 10 times that. And she's like, holy crap, Got James McCann here. Hey, no problem, James. Man, Kershaws are fun. And, they have everything down to a budget, like the Oso Sweet, the Leak and stuff, down to a nice budget knife, all the way up to a couple $100 on their American made knives. And I'd buy any of them. Well, case in point, I just think I went through like 16 of them or something, they're all great knives. Like I said, I use your phone. I've done that too, James. I definitely have. I'll be upstairs watching on the big screen. I'll comment on my phone. I don't know if this happens to you. Have you noticed, like, they'll be at different places, but yet it'll say live on both of them? I've noticed that, like, the TV will either be like maybe 5 to 10 seconds ahead, or it'll be 5 to 10 seconds behind. It's kind of weird. And they're both saying live. It's like, wonder which one's right, But yeah, I just been having fun with them. And once I realize or find out for sure if these Kershaws, well, Jeff, like I said, you won. If you want a couple of them, man, let me know which ones. I'll get them out to you, and I'll send you some new channel stickers too. Awesome. Don't make me laugh, Jeff. I won't be able to stop. I love that comment. My wife told me the other day I need to admit that I collect knives because I have over 30 knives and several fixed blades. I love that, man. Oh, hey, what's up, Ryan? Tommy Boy's here. Yeah, I love that. I love that, Jeff. That was hilarious, man. Do not get me laughing down here, though. I will die. Okay, James is saying yes. There's a delay and different, and I always find that interesting, man, because it's like, it's like, okay, who's really live? I had to get some lemonade after Jeff made me almost hack up a lung. But yeah, I appreciate you all that showed up. Yeah, I was just getting my big bunch of Kershaws ready to be put in storage. Yeah, that's all I was doing. Like I said, I thought I'd kill a couple stones with one bird, and get my knives ready to be put away and get my video out for today. And just I appreciate you all showing up. I honestly didn't think I'd have anybody here. It says there's 6 people watching. I know there's 3 people have commented, so that's awesome. That's really awesome. I appreciate you guys. Oh man, it's so hard to remember the names, Jeff. It's like that live that I was talking about there with JC and Sam from Boomer's Blades. Boomer's, I told him, yeah, I have one Jack Wolf. He's like, oh, which one? I'm like, I don't know. And it just, I can't remember the names. I think I suffer from a couple things. Age related, I'm 53. And the other one is two of the meds I'm on say it affects short-term memory. That's one of the things. And like, my wife can tell me something right now, and like 10 minutes later, I don't remember. It's embarrassing. I used to be that guy that like my mind was the steel trap. You tell me something, I never forgot it. Now it's like, now you tell me something and you got probably 80% chance I'm going to forget it. That's why a lot of times when I say things like in lives or stuff and I'm talking to somebody, I'm like, make sure to reach out to me because I'm not trying to be rude. I forget, and it's not meant to be. It's not meant rude, and I hope it's not perceived rude or anything because, man, I do not mean it. Believe me, I do not mean it. It's just my memory's just not what it used to be. I am literally now that guy that gets up in the dining room, gets up in the dining room, goes to the kitchen, and can't remember what he went to the kitchen for. Stands at the fridge door going, what did I come here for? Yeah, that's me. And that's sad. Shoot, the other day, this is funny if you're not the one doing it. The other day, I got up to get a cup of coffee, right? JC, out in the jug. I get up to get a cup of coffee. I got the cup in my hand. I walk out. I set it down by the coffee maker. I noticed that the little screen thing we have in our sink, to keep stuff from going down, need to be dumped. I dump it in the trash, put it back in the sink, washed my hands, went back out, sat down. About 3 minutes later, I remembered I needed a cup of coffee. Didn't see my cup there, so I got all confused. And I remembered I put it by the coffee maker, went back out to the coffee maker, filled up the cup. Then I seen something I needed to pick up, so I picked that up, went back out, sat down again. And then about 3 minutes later, remembered I had a cup of coffee I had to go get. So, yeah, that's my life. Jeff says, I'm 60 and I had a very bad bout of bacteria. Oh, dude. Yeah, that stuff will mess with you, man. Yeah. Oh, Jeff, man, take care of yourself, buddy. Because that stuff. Woo. Yeah. I had a friend that really, another friend that got really messed up from that stuff. And JC, yeah, that was a fun live with you guys. I appreciate that, man. That was a blast. In fact, I was just talking to the show earlier about it, saying how we had some technical difficulties. And I hope you guys didn't think I was mad because I wasn't. I was just sitting there trying to keep my mouth shut because you guys were figuring it all out, and I wasn't sure. So I just I'm not going to say anything. I just don't want to. I'm just going to be quiet so we can get it going and not mess things up worse from my end. Oh, definitely, JC. We'll definitely have to do it again, man. Definitely. That was a blast. Yeah, just like I said, I was just getting my Kershaws ready to be put away. I like to throw labels in there and stuff, get them in baggies after they've been oiled. They've been sitting, like I was saying earlier, holy crap, on this, almost dumped them, on this baking sheet because I had run them through the vibratory, the ultrasonic, and then put them in mineral oil. And then I took them out, and that way they could drain off because otherwise, man, if you do them too fast, too soon, you got oil everywhere and it's just a mess. But my wife's not real impressed. I decided to use one of her baking sheets for it. I told her, well, mineral oil is food's grade safe. She still wasn't too impressed with that choice. Why is they just don't understand this stuff, do they? They don't understand us. We're not doing anything malicious or anything. We just want to dry off our knives. I mean, come on. Seppy Dog, what's up? Oh, man. Yeah, I love Kershaw too, man. Kershaw, like I was saying earlier, they went through a dark period, in my opinion, about 10, 15 years ago where I was truly worried we was going to lose them as a knife company because the quality, just everything kind of went to crap. And designs for real, I hate to say it because there was a couple good designers, but overall it was rough. But, man, the stuff they're coming out with now and everything, oh, dude, they got some killer stuff. Oh, I thought we did a good live too, James. It was just there was a couple stumbling points in the beginning. It was fun though, man. It was so much fun. It was a blast. I loved hanging out with them. Well, shoot, I've been on here 30 minutes, guys. I appreciate you all for joining in. I'm going to get out of here. If you didn't catch the live, that's okay. Watch the rewind. I appreciate it. I got to figure out how to end this thing. Hang on. Okay, I found the spot. Like my kitty cat over here. That's a stuffed animal my daughter had when she was a kid. It always kind of freaked me out. I couldn't give it away. I couldn't throw it away or give it to Goodwill, so I had to put it in my background. It reminds me of the Joker from Batman, the smile it has. I'm gonna lose a lung here. Okay. Thank you all so much for joining me. I appreciate y'all. Live long, prosper, and collect your own way.